Hey y'all, it's the Calming Corner Show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Hey Soul Family, back again. I'm Erica, your favorite Astro Homegirl. And this one, guys, this one is going to be on Chrisean Rock. And this whole, it's just a saga, a soap opera. It's just a mess. But anyway, welcome back for those that's been riding with me. And welcome for those that are new here. I always like to get into a little bit of the astrology first before we get into them, because this just helps me understand them more, and it also helps me get more clearer messages when we get into those cards. So let's get into it. And since we've already done Chrisean and BlueFACE, and if you go back on my channel a bit back, you can go back to the reading that I've already done on them. And I guess I could say, because I can't remember it all, but I do know that a lot of things that I did say I think are valid, or some things have probably come to pass. So let's get into a current update on her. And right now we're just gonna do a current transit, the energy update around her and what's going on in the planisphere, and let's see what's ahead. Let's get into now, because we really at the end of the year. It's December 2025, and January will be here shortly. And make sure that you guys keep y'all notification bells on, because after I do a few of the celebrity reads today, I'm gonna start getting into personal zodiac signs for each one of you. Okay, I'm trying to get on a good foot so I can start off the new year right, and do what we got to do. So let's get into it. All right, so Chrisean, we know, is a Pisces sun. Okay, and then also BlueFACE is a Capricorn sun. Okay, so her chart also, let me pull it back real quick, has that fiery energy in it, the fighter energy, the athletic portion of her, because of her Aries placement, which I want to say that moon maybe, but or rising. Let's just double check so we can just get a little bit of confirmation. Okay, so here it says that Chrisean's moon is in Cancer. So where is that Aries placement? Let's see real quick. Or Mars placement. Right. So her Mars, that's what it is. Her Mars is in Aries, which that is what causes her with this, fighter mentality. Mars rules bloodshed, war. Mars is war, okay? And also athletic and athlete. So that explains why she's a good boxer, clearly, because she got through that fight with those girls this weekend, as well as just her doing a lot of things. Pisces perfects, to me, in my opinion, and me learning astrology, on the type of whatever it is that you creatively want to put your hands on and do. So to me, it adds into the good boxing, it adds into the good surfing, it adds into really, athletically wherever she sets her mind to. Okay, now Mars squared, we had a Mars squaring energy this weekend, and that energy is what caused that nuck if you buck. And if we notice, we saw a lot of fights happen over the weekend, as well as unfortunate shootings. So prayers out to the people that went through some losses over the weekend in regards to this energy. Okay, but we are getting closer into the holidays. Let's look at the current transit. And right now, let's get out of this. Okay, so the sun is still in, of course, Sagittarius. So happy birthday to my Saggies. And I love you guys. You guys are really, really smart, can be very direct, don't give a damn what you say, how you say it, when you want to say it. All right, that is you guys, okay? But moon is now, and so that explains the exploration energy. The people are traveling now. Also, people are having enlightening moments in that sun energy in Sagittarius. Okay, but and learning more, learning lessons at this time too. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Okay, so that is, even though Jupiter is luck and blessings, it's all about expansion too, and philosophy. Okay, so that is all about the the energy right now in Sagittarius, okay? We also got a new moon coming up, guys, in Sagittarius this weekend. I'll make sure I'm on it. I'm not even going to talk about it. Just keep your notification bells on, okay? Now, right now it's the energy, like I said, of being more open-minded, okay? So, again, more spiritual time as well. Moon right now is in Scorpio, so secrets are coming out. We are seeing people... the stuff is just pop because Mercury is all about communication. So everything that's kind of been hidden, we starting to see the veil be moved back. You know, I think it's safe to say with the 50 and Diddy documentary, a lot of more things came out as well. Not things that we didn't know, but I think I didn't look at it, but from based on what you guys are saying, more things have been more unveiled clearly. Okay, so that is that. You know, moon again is secrets. That's what I meant to say. So it's still the same. Secrets are coming out. Things are being unveiled, okay? Because Scorpio is, you know, all about secrets and secretive things, okay? And it's also sexual energy. So we may hear some more things about Epstein, you know, popping up out of there as well, okay? I'm going to say this. With that moon in Scorpio, the sister Chrisean's sister pop out and say that she was living in a car, okay, allegedly, because, you know, all things alleged here, but, hey, I'm just going with trying to keep up, because so many things come up. I tried her last week, but it just keeps happening with her day by day by day. It's a roller coaster, okay? Again, the Mercury is in Sagittarius, and that is communication and, again, enlightenment, religion, all the things. And, of course, she was performing at the parade, her song, I think, Yahweh, or I'm not, but you know what I mean. All right, so Venus is also there as well. Okay, so that's the energy of just, you know, with her spiritual and her grace factor. I want to say it was last week she wanted to unalive BlueFACE, and this week is, from my understanding, she loved BlueFACE and that she apologized for all the things that she said. I don't know if she done retracted that back yet, but y'all know the deal. And then, of course, you know, Jupiter is in Cancer, okay? Now, Jupiter being in Cancer, remember that is about the children, the babies, okay? Cancer is the mother, the moon. She rules the moon. So with that Jupiter being in Cancer, it's all about expansion, all right? And so we're going to keep Junior in our prayers, because that poor fella just, I don't know, my heart just drops every time I, you know, hear that whole situation. It's sad. It really is. Saturn is in Pisces, which explains why Chrisean had such a tough weekend, because she is a Pisces sun. Saturn is where the challenges lie. She was being challenged, like I said, you know, with the women or whatever, whoever she offended with, I think is gang lingo. And so there was a situation of just probably a clout moment, but that clout moment could have turned ugly. All right. Uranus is in Taurus. Again, that's about resources, finances, money. It's a shakeup in finances. And so, you know, she comes down to the internet. She's doing well. I'm well. But clearly we're seeing some form of shakeup in finances if you're experiencing some form of, you know, not having a stable home to stay in, okay? And Pluto is in Aquarius. So right now, we know BlueFACE is not dealing with her. And he is the Aquarius sun. So he's gaslighting her and all the things, but not giving her the attention or how he would normally deal with Chrisean. Right now, I think it's safe to say he's not dealing with her at all, okay? And the Chiron, again, the wound is in Aries, identity, self. So she feels the need to keep coming down to the internet. See, I'm at the game. Or I'm doing this. See, I ain't got no scratches on my face. See, I beat them up. See. You know, identity, all right? And, you know, I have this. They lying on me. I got this. I got that. You know, the drill. So we clearly see that that is a fact, all right? So let's get into it. We know we don't have to go into all the things. We know that BlueFACE is in, you know, Aquarius sun, okay, you know, yeah, because he's like right to me cusping that Capricorn energy. He might even be the last day if I'm not mistaken. And his moon is in Gemini, so the hidden trickster, All right, hidden communicator, able to kind of navigate through all the things, and it's a situation where you don't see it. It's like, how is he able to keep going viral? How is he able to, you know, do the things that he does? That's Moon and Gemini energy. Trickster, you know, playing the games. I think when she quote unquote got harmed or slapped or whatever that case looked like, you know, reposting her, aggravating her. That's trickster energy, okay? And you know, we can see that he's going through the transits as well. So right now, you know, he's going through a transformation of sorts. I mean, to me, his face looked like a bathroom stall. He's such a handsome, better looking young man before these tattoos. I don't like him at all. And I hope that eventually he, you know, has a Sagittarius enlightenment moment where he feels like he wants to get that stuff taken off his face at some point. I mean, come on. But in his transit energy, he's going through a phase of transformation, okay? And let's just pray that it's for the better of him through this mess, because this is a whole circus and a saga. So let's get down to the messages, and I'm going to try to pull some of the clips. I know YouTube, because I'm getting familiar with the policies, they don't promote the, you know, bullying, and that's not, I always just try to keep y'all updated on some of the things that happen. I will keep the clip short. I won't go into all of it, because y'all know Chrisean is here today, here tomorrow. Today she love BlueFACE, hate him and don't want to be here. Tomorrow she love him, you know. And so let's get into the messages and why all of this is happening. And, you know, let's get into it, guys. For the clips, guys, I had to let y'all know, shout out to Ruby Kai. When I tell you she is the best and a whole key when it comes to covering this Chrisean Rock Circus and Saga, make sure y'all go give her a follow. This is from her page, okay? So shout out to her. I had to take some clips from her just to you know, rerun so you guys could not only get a kick out of it, but make sure you go give her a follow, all right? Her name is @RubyKai on YouTube. I love her. Follow her. All right, catch into the clips, all right, guys? Let's get into it.
Chrisean went to Compton and got jumped. Now, you know she did the parade. That was organized, and it had security. But it sounded like she pulled up to a function that she was not invited to, and folks was telling her to get on. But no, she wanted to be Billy Badass and stay around. And child, she found out.
And they just beat Chrisean Rock up in Compton. Got all the boys over here. Chrisean just got her. She's sitting in that Beamer right now. Sad than the mother. They came in forcing for her ass. Not my heartbeat.
They need to snatch her chain on the dead Henry. No. Hey,
Now, you know we can't show no fighting on YouTube, but I can show you these pictures. Child, they both were swinging and looked like they was connecting, and she couldn't get enough.
They trying to get that jury, nigga.
Child, that girl was steady trying to get to Chrisean. And Chrisean, child, she wasn't holding back either.
In the block, cuz. Tanner, cuz. They got her in the hood.
Now, you know Chrisean had to post the infamous, I ain't got no bruises, my face ain't scratched, child, I ain't got no black eyes, ain't no bumps or nothing on me, baby. I look good. She was sucking that top lip in, though. What? Is the lip go get a little big? Child, but then you know she went live. She sure did. And why she say Blue started calling, child, he said he had gifts for Chrisean Jr. And she said, she's celibate. Child, your coochie and the toys ain't got nothing to do with each other. And he told her that she could drop the baby off if she wanted to go out. But child, she told him that she in the bed by 8 because she got to get up early to go surfing. I said, now, come on now, Chrisean. Don't make it about you. Let's make it about the baby. But I know what it is, child. She think he gonna be exposing that baby. Oh, and she addressed Chastity, too. She said Chastity lying. And speaking of lying, Chrisean said that she gonna buy some property and some land. And she started...
Bye, y'all. I just wanted to let y'all know I'm at the game. And for real, I'm outside. Right here. What's up?
Girl, you playing a real dangerous game right now. You think this cute. It ain't. This dangerous.
Sorry. Of course. I need mustard.
Mustard, I got it.
You can take a picture with me? Joe. I gotta go.
A few moments later.
Let me show y'all something real quick. Tell me why I could have almost died yesterday. I could have lost my life. I don't know what y'all talking about. That's why I don't even get why. Look what I got in my purse. Look what I got in my purse. Look what I got in my Bible. Cause who you playing with? I'm covered by the blood of Jesus. And guess what's in my purse? Jesus. Y'all not gonna be playing with me? Y'all forgot Jesus still flip tables.
Jesus flipped tables because he didn't like what them folks was doing. Somebody gonna be done flipped your ass like a table because they don't like what you're doing.
Yeah, so look. Y'all, it works. No guns was pulled out. I wasn't robbed. I got all my chains. By the grace of God. He went before me, so who can go against me?
It is. Why Chastity, Chrisean's sister, she out here spilling the tea. Why she say Chrisean was sleeping in her car? And that Chrisean been out here stalking her baby daddy. Girl, yes, I couldn't believe it. Well, I kind of could. And then she...
Chrisean is miserable. And that's because Chrisean feel like, you know, she's guilty for what she did. She thought maybe I was going to tell everybody. So before anybody know the truth of what's going on, she went made up a whole bunch of lies. Can have a babe? Nobody is homeless and got evicted. So since y'all saying that, my sister and my nephew were sleeping in the car. And that's what I did with her. I have my own place at home. What y'all talking about? I was trying to show her how to get in survival mode. It's okay to fall. I went to LA Fitness the next day to wash me and my daughter's ass because we don't like to be dirty. And that was the safest, cleanest place to go. Instead of in a car, you cannot take a shower in a car. So Chrisean said that to Tessa said that to Nika so they can have something to talk about. So since y'all want to talk and lie, we can all talk about it all, what really happened. Disrespecting me, playing with me while I have my daughter, being weird. We at church and you're being messy, but you talking about praise the Lord. But you at church being messy with Marsh and Tay-Tay and the seat and all that weird shit around my daughter. She just, Nika just want to be included. Chrisean said something to Tessa, because this is how it goes. So Tessa can say something to Nika who goes online and talk. It's on purpose. It's corny. It's cat. I'm trying to teach my sister how to get in survival mode. Instead, she want to be funny and say you in LA Fitness taking a shower. Because I'm trying to show you I've been through shit before and it's okay to know how to survive through that shit.
Okay, so family, so let's get into it. This is going to be, we're going to just do Chrisean's current energy first. I had already best the cards, okay? So we're going to do her current energy first and then we'll get into the rest. But Chrisean is a little bit all over the place. You know, she started off a few weeks back with she wanted to see her children's father, BlueFACE, unalive and did not want him to no longer be here and all these horrible things, and that she would be happy if she was to see him, what she said, at his gravesite, okay? Then, I mean, so many things have happened since then with Chrisean, y'all. It's been a mess. So after that particular incident, you know, Carlissa and her went back and forth, right? You know, back and forth online, and she didn't want her to watch the baby. She don't, you know, take care of her kid or include her kid. Then they showed Chrisean and Junior at Chrisean's mom's house, which sparked a whole nother situation and energy. Then she disrespected, I think she dated the guy, I can't keep up with the names. But from my understanding, he's a blood, which I try to bring up the clips too, all right? Just many as I can, but not too much to, ring out loud. I always just like to keep y'all on update. But then she started some mess with him, trying to get BlueFACE to go against him, creating a whole shitstorm with that whole situation. After that happened, and she said some things that disrespected Crips and Bloods. I think she had some type, I don't know if it was BlueFACE that had a party, but it was an incident that happened. And when that incident happened, she showed up there with 30 Bloods at the door. So now we're going to rewind back to, she again said that she didn't want to have nothing to do with him, which is BlueFACE, her children's father. Then update to about a few days ago, or at least not even a whole week, she loved him, she apologized, she don't wish nothing bad on him, all these things. And then that didn't last long, because after that happened, I think BlueFACE came to the internet and said that both of his children mama look mid. Him and her and Jaden Alexis. Then Chrisean Intel goes live, going back and forth with BlueFACE, mid where just looking crazy at some game, trying to prove she here, and she kept saying that she got I think she said whatever it was on her shoe, and she kept referring to it. And the shoe, I think everybody was laughing. I can't remember if it was a cat or whatever it was, but y'all know what I'm saying. Well, she just crazy because she didn't even realize what she even had on her shoe, but she caught herself trying to prove a point, right? And I'm saying all this to say that just on a crazy, wild roller coaster ride from that to she has a event to show at the park, I guess the Crip parade, right? For the Crips, the gang, okay? So she's singing her Yahweh song to God, and she's going through all these different issues of her spirituality throughout all of this mess too now. But she says she's down there singing and praying with kids. Then she left that and she had security. She left that. The security was over from the parade. She went to a park, a local park, some kind of way things, when she got out the car, she wanted to make sure she was safe, but ended up getting out of the car, getting into it with some young ladies, which Chrisean got to keep her hands to herself too and stop touching other people's property, because you're not going to be able to do that. That's not going to go over well. Not to mention, I heard people say she can go where she want to go. Yeah, you can go where you want to go, but not when it comes to street politics. You can't go where you want to go. So you got to watch your mouth, baby girl. All that playing in people's face, and I'm not in no type of game, but I know I have enough common sense to know that you can't disrespect that. You can't do all that stuff. You don't get to do that when it comes to street politics, okay? If you want to stay safe. And what I do know is her and the girls got into it. She did held her own, so you got to give her credit now, but that's neither here nor there. Holding her own and being a fool is two different things, okay? Now everything that we just said, which sounds like a whole lot of just jargon, a roller coaster of BS, up and down, right? What's the key thing that we still ain't figured out yet, or what's not happening? She doing everything but being a mama to a child that needs help, that has special needs. Is it just me? Or everybody's so caught up into the BS that nobody is acknowledging that this poor fella need help? And everybody keeps saying her baby daddy, so I guess we're going to go along with BlueFACE, quote unquote, being the children's father, because I guess he look at it like, too, if the other man is deceased, he's willing to go ahead and still step in and say it's his. Me, that's just my personal opinion. The child looked just like Ronnie, what's his name? And God bless the dead and resting in peace to him, okay? So, because I think even Carlissa came down there and was like, she was going to go ahead and just stay out of the paternity test situation, and that Zeus had paid BlueFACE $100K to even just say that it was his child, okay? So, I mean, like WAC 100 also said, which I do not like him at all, but he did state that, due to the circumstances that BlueFACE would, understanding that Ronnie Doe is no longer with us, again, may he rest in peace, he'll be the one to go ahead and, just go along with the narrative and do, say that it's his child or be responsible. I guess in whatever way he can, because I don't even know how he's even able to be responsible. And they're also saying that Chrisean is homeless, living inside her car. Her sister came down to the internet stating that about her. Hey, Pookie, my baby, my puppy, my Echo baby. Sorry about that. And that she is with this child, and somebody even said the child head was touching his toes. It's just so sad. You know, everything to me, she got a lot of time to do all this other stuff, be online, in between fights, trying to prove a set. You need to be focused on your life, because that whole situation could have went ugly, guys. It could have truly went left. And you got a child that needs your help so bad, that you could have put yourself in a situation where you're not even no longer here. But then again, no disrespect, but does it even matter at this point? Because she not even taking care of mothering the child, for that matter. So let's get into these cards, y'all, and see what's going on with her. Because, honey, it's a mess. It's just a whole mess. And then I think even now, before I even get into the cards, she's come down to the internet and saying, you know, defending her, going back and forth with these girls that she got into the fight with, or, you know, the altercation or the brawl in the park, and stating, I'm outside. See, I'm at the game. You know, doing all this craziness. You need to be focused on Junior and getting your life together and go get a solid place and home for you and that baby to go live in. You know, everything else, it means nothing. It really does. It's crazy to me. I have a hard time. I'm sorry, before I even flip the cards, y'all. You know we're going to talk about it. But my thing is, I have a hard time with that because, you know, I can't stand when children are neglected like this. And I also have a hard time with this always up and down drama with her. She is professional surfer today. You know, she everything but a mama to Junior. Right? All right, so let's get into it. So let's get in her current energy, child. Because, oh, my God, this girl is just crazy. To me, it's like some mental health. You know, it's so up and down that I'm almost positive. And I'm not a doctor. I don't do no type of, what you call that? You got to say all this stuff at YouTube. So allegedly, she need to be on some form of medication and stabilization. And she need to be somewhere trying to get her child some form of therapy. She claimed that she making all this money, and she got all this money. You need to go get a solid home, a stable home. You need to get out of LA. You need to leave LA yesterday. You ain't got no business out there. They don't want you there. Leave. For your safety and your life. For you and your child, girl. Who are you trying to prove something to, fighting some girls? That could go left. Now, next time when they roll up on you, it may not be just that. You may don't get out of it the way you got out of it just a few days ago. And that's the planisphere with Mars squaring Saturn. That was a fight. That was a fight right there. That's what all of that kind of stuff happened over the weekend, you know? So let's get into it. Let's get the current energy, and then we'll get into the messages. Oh, my God. I mean, this is just craziness for me when it comes to her. It's crazy. I'm like, girl, you need to be thinking about your baby. You doing everything else but being a mom. Everything. It's nonsense. I hope y'all doing good out there. And like I said, it's just always, I know y'all be tired. It's a one girl, I want to give her a shout out. And I'm going to make sure that I add her clips in too. Ruby Kai, I love the way she narrates the Chrisean whole saga and circus, okay? It'd be too funny and too cute. She always do like an update when it, come to them. Look, I got a new deck, so we going to check this deck out. Ain't it cute, y'all? It's a purple card. Let's see how this deck goes. I ain't never even used it. We're going to use it on crazy purpose. She is a nutcase, ain't it? So unstable. She can't stand blue. Now she loves blue, child. And then all these different characters in the mix, right? It's a whole mess, okay? So let's get the current energy on Chrisean Rock. What's try to do the cards a little quicker, but it just be the way that I can get to see the stories. I know everybody pull their cards differently, so I don't be wanting to just drag y'all out. It's just the way that I'm able to pull it, all right? So it's just how it works for me. It worked for everybody different. Ain't no wrong way. It's just how you get the message as accurate as possible, right? So Chrisean Rock. What is it? Chrisean Rock. What is her current energy, Spirit? Thank you, Spirit. Chrisean Rock. Ooh, wee. It came right out. And guess what? It came just like that. So we're going to take it like that. I'm going to put that right there because it flipped out first and then that one came out. Okay? Okay. I think somebody else said they had that for her. So any extra messages for Chrisean Rock? Okay. Extra messages. Okay, let's see. All right. And we're going to leave that right there as the focal point, okay? So let's get the messages for her, all right? Let's turn them over. She did get out. Them two girls. Okay. What you over there doing, boy? Okay, so for Miss Chrisean Rock and her current energy, right? You can clearly see, when you see that Four of Pentacles, you know, this is an energy of just, to me, let's just call it what it is. Complete stupidity. Not being smart. You know, holding on to attachments that don't serve you any purpose. What are you in LA for, Chrisean? Staying in LA to run behind BlueFACE and, you know, staying in this energy space when she needs to move on. All right? Being stubborn, you know, trying to prove a point. This is her right now today. You know, look at me. I'm at the game. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all can't run me out. Y'all didn't beat me up. You know, all of that stupidity is here, right? And your money, you broke. You juggling. Look at that, y'all. She ain't got it. Over here, over there. It's like her sister said. You stand in the car. You juggling resources. Then y'all hear when the sister said she didn't want to, or either it was Marsh or somebody said they didn't want to get out the car because it was jewelry in the car. It was, you know, money in the car. So somebody had to stay back and the children were in the car. So you juggling. You juggling your thought process. You juggling finances, resources. Should I stay over here since Blue over there? You need to go. You holding on to things for all the wrong reasons. And it shows up right away in the cards, right? And look, things are happening fast. That situation happened fast. That fight happened fast, right? All of that is happening so fast. Her sister coming down here outing her. You know, this is her making all these decisions and it's coming at you fast. What's that commercial? Life comes at you fast. Pow, 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 right? All because of whatever she has in her mind. She has this mind of, it's like she really won't. So in other words, she playing in our face, you know, with all these different narratives that she's creating, right? So she can figure out a way to stay in what she feels like is her happy place or her wish fulfillment, right? She running after, look at that. King of Pentacles in reverse. Her resources there are like getting exhausted. It's like she doesn't have a realistic mindset on life. No stability right now, right? Her mind is in all the wrong places. Everywhere but bringing a stable foundation for her and her child. Y'all see that? She got this mindset of luxury and, the wish fulfillment of all the beautiful things and money coming in, but it's for all the wrong reasons. When you see that King of Pentacles in reverse, this is about greed. This is about being stubborn. This is about indulgence. This is about drugs, all type of bad habits and situations. This is like a hypocrite. You want to show up in this upstanding place and good energy, but this kind of goes dark here. Because that King of Pentacles is a dark energy, right? Page of Swords. When it's in reverse, it's about manipulation, deception, mess, starting stuff. Creating division and separation between your relationships and people that you deal with. Manipulating these situations. Playing a game. Oh, I believe in God and all of that. But then this is your energy you truly in. You the complete opposite of everything you say you are. You see that? Look at that. Running your mouth. All talk. Playing a game. And it's a dangerous game too. This is motherhood. And Ace of Cups is here. Again, like I said, she playing in your face when she's saying that she don't want to be with BlueFACE. It's the motherhood is right here in that Empress energy. And don't be surprised if y'all see her dating someone new too, just to stir the pot. With that Page of Swords energy. Y'all see that? Starting some more shit. Starting some more mess. You see that? And whoever she been dealing with or relationship-wise, it may seem like they dare to give, but they dare to take. You got 2 kings in reverse on the table. Look at that. More manipulation, more volatile energy, right? Out partying, celebrating. Look, with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse for all the wrong reasons. Y'all see that? All the wrong reasons. All she doing is playing in y'all face. But she ain't doing nothing to make nothing in her life better. Look at that. Celebrating with no bearing no real fruits. Nothing really coming out of the situation. 10 of Pentacles is legacy in reverse. Celebrating with nowhere to live. Outside playing games in front of the internet. Manipulating the situation like y'all don't know who I'm with. Y'all don't know how I got in this private whatever she had, game or whatever the case may be. Doing all that for nothing. You need to go secure your family so you and your child can have somewhere to live. This Ace of Cups is for BlueFACE. But don't be surprised if you see her messing with somebody new. Look at that. She got 2 aces. No motion. Everything she keeps saying she got, she ain't got. Look at that 10 of Pentacles in reverse, soul family. Look at that. Child, Chrisean got to get her stuff together. For real. This is sad. It's not even funny. It's really sad. I'm going to pull the T cards, but I'm going to pull these two real quick. I'm just getting her current energy. I'm going to do a few of these, and then we're going to pull those. This is crazy. After this, I'm going to ask. We're going to ask. This is me just, I want to ask this because I like this deck. And then we're going to ask, you know, how she feels about, we're going to ask about the baby. Then we'll ask about BlueFACE, okay? Just want to back it up. Because, honey, this girl, everything but doing what she's supposed to be doing. And you could just see it right here in the messages. Playing games, though. Who are you trying to prove something to? You need to be trying to prove something to yourself and your child, not the internet, not the world. Because everybody just watching a circus. It's a mess. You know? Right. She's just reckless right now. That's what it look like too. Okay, look at that. It's just what messages for Chrisean Rock. Okay. Now let's see. And Empress keep coming through. And then the messed up thing is she could mess around and be, in a situation and having another baby, which she don't even need that because she don't even take care of the one she got. That's crazy. Look at that 3 of Cups coming up. I'm going to just read the cards. Look, the first thing is up. And I said I like to pull from both decks just so we can, correlate the messages. I'm interested in seeing how this pops out, right? First thing out, Judgment, factual. She in front of the world. Everybody's looking at what's going on, right? But it kind of is the same card she got in the other deck. The first cards. She worried about what everybody else think. When she need to be worried about herself and her child and her life and her well-being. This is about needing to step it up. Didn't I just say that? Indecisiveness, self-doubt. Chrisean is unwilling to learn from her karmic lessons. That negative self-talk, all that bullshit that she keep coming down to the internet with. We tired of it. I am. Some people don't even like to pull on the energy. It's so toxic. That's how I feel. That's another reason why it took me a long time to even come back to this. Because it's like, girl, look at this. The Chariot is here. Yeah, you stood your ground during that fight. Strength and will. But you could be using that energy towards something way more productive. You know, determination is there. Willpower is there. All right? Taking action. But you need to be putting that energy towards your child, towards your life, towards what you got to do to make you better. You keep trying to mask everything with faith and religion. That's not going to cut it, baby girl. Because it's in the cards. You full of it when it comes to that. That's just her way, I think, of, you know, trying to make herself feel better about all the bad or wrong decisions she's made. That judgment is right here. It's right here. Empress is here, right? Because she's the mother. And that's what we're talking about. But look, it goes right into the Two of Swords. You a mother, but you is blind in your decisions, girl. Unclear path. Creating unnecessary obstacles in your path, too. Not willing to see the truth. Like I said, that Nine of Cups comes up like, you know, same energy to me of this card is, you know, rose-colored glasses. Not seeing, not seeing through having blurred vision on what you feel like you want to work or how you think you envision things to be. No, this is reality right now. You got to come down to real life. Because you avoiding the truth. You avoiding the fact that this child need help. You avoiding your motherly duties. You avoiding the fact that you need to buckle down and step it up. Look, I can't make the cards up. Needing to step it up is right here. That 10 of coins came out in reverse, right? Remember, it's in the reverse again. Because one thing about it, she is, clouded in her judgment too. This card, I can't make it up, say for the love of money. She got the same card. Clouded in your decisions and being a parent. Clouded in your decisions and even what you doing with your money. And the reason why the 10 of coins keep coming out is because it's about legacy. We're talking about stable house, stable home. She need to go somewhere and get her a home. Not come down here running your mouth all talk. Like that page of swords that was in reverse. And we're going to hear more news and more bullshit to come out. Because I meant to say that card was a page of swords that was in reverse. And that's what she down here doing down on Beyonce's internet today. Trying to prove a whole lot of what? Who you trying to prove something to? You need to step it up and prove it to yourself, baby girl. But you're not willing to see the truth. Look at that blindfold on that lady. You bankrupt. You ain't got the money you say you making. Your contract's upside down. It's right here. You got money concerns, financial gains or losses. So you may have money, but just like that Two of Pentacles, as soon as you get it, as fast as you losing it. You don't have no balance in what's going on. Look at that page of swords. She got the same cards, y'all. Gossip, the sarcasm, okay? Playing mind games. Ain't that what I said? Playing mind games. Down here talking about, oh, Yahweh, oh, God. And then you over here on some bullshit. Playing games, playing in everybody's face, trying to act like you on the up and up when you not. And Chrisean, you not fooling nobody. Look at this lady with the blindfold on her face. Not telling the truth. It's a lot of unanswered questions. All the sarcasm, all the being cynical. More gossip gonna be coming out. And all the mind games you playing. You playing with yourself. You playing with the people. You playing with your child. You playing mind games even with your life. Out here messing with these girls and messing with street politics. Girl, you are not invincible to that. You need to wake the fuck up. The cards is right there. The Knight of Swords is right here. Look at all that conflict energy you got going on. Out of depth. Missed opportunities. You rude. You disrespectful. You hurtful to your family and the people around you who trying their best to hold on, to remain friends and support you. You a bully. You out of control. Your impulsive actions gonna take you and it's gonna send you in an energy to a check that the ass can't cash. And you going with this blindfold, so you unwilling to see the truth that you headed down a destructive path. It's here. Not willing to see it. And it could be a Queen of Wands energy that's going to come through and they going to do a number on you, Chrisean. All the power you think you got, the courage that you have in your heart, I give you credit. You stood on it. But baby, you can't fight bullets and you can't fight when other people come and harm you. You cannot fight 20 folks at one time. 6 of Cups here. You know, again, that's that energy where she ain't willing to see the truth. She keep going back to, you know, what's his name? BlueFACE. She keep remembering the past. So you keep this unclouded judgment when you need to go on back to Baltimore, where you need to go to safety and get a stable situation for you and your child. Okay? And I hate to say it, but she's really, you know, ribbing this or really wishing this is wish fulfillment of her wanting to be back in BlueFACE face. And I'm just praying that in the veil you stand on business, you stay in it, so these people, so this girl can go on and get her life together. She need to move on. The Queen of Cups is here. That's her energy. All in her feelings. Look, right beside it. About the past. You see that? Missing opportunities. Not willing to see the truth. All of these things because it's holding her back when she need to let that go. Look at this. I just want to say when I like to pull these cards to focal point. She got that same card again, that 3 of Cups. That was in the first. A lot of these cards are the same cards that I just pulled. You can't make the messages up. That's why I said, let me pull these cards. And then we'll go into the other ones and ask about other people. But let's just back it up. And look, we here. Under the influence. She got to get off these substances and partying. Look at that. Under the influence. Love triangle, playing games, you know, heavy partying under someone else's influence. It could have been that King of Pentacles in reverse. Even that King of Cups energy, right? But that King of Cups energy is you not using your mind over your heart, letting your heart take you to a place that you can't come back from, right? Using clouded judgment. You intuitive. You a Pisces, so you intuitive by birthright. But clouded in all the judgment and how you moving and how you doing things. Look, the Hermit and the 5 of Wands. Hermit in reverse, self-absorbed. And I'm going to say this too. This is about powerlessness when it's in reverse. Especially beside the 5 of Wands. You need to go within, go back home. And you need that 5 of Wands to be in this position. So you can get out of the conflict. You need to avoid it. You need to leave LA. Here go the messages right here. The Hermit. Go on, Chrisean. And avoid the conflict. So harmony can be restored and situations can resolve, okay? And you can find a common ground. And by you going within, you know, spiritually, because this is about you making this decision. You came up with that Hermit and that 5 of Wands right there. You see that, guys? So this is about her making a decision for her and her child. So she can get the common ground and better solutions. Look, stable home, stable finances, and come out of the BS, out of the toxic energy, you know, the drugs, all of these toxic relationships and energy. It needs to be released so she can move forward. The messages are here. You can't make it up. Let's ask about Junior, child. I don't get into people's children, but let's just ask. Oh, my God. We'll get 1 to 3. Child. Because I want that child to get some help, God. Because if you want to put those cards back, that means that she in danger. She need to leave LA. The messages is right there. For her to get a good resolve and a good solution, she need to move it on around. She need to exit that state and go on back to Baltimore, wherever she from, okay? She get better for Junior. He need to get the help he needs, Spirit. Oh, that poor fella been slung from God knows where to God knows where. He only been in the world just a short time and needs so much help and so much care. It's just so sad. Help, child. Ooh. So sad. God, it's sad. She doing everything but being a mom. And I'm not here to talk about nobody because ain't nobody perfect. But oh my God. Just the fact that she puts it in our face in the forefront. If you decide to come to the internet, then you have people looking like, well, what are you going to do differently, child? When is that child's birthday anyway? What is his sign? I'm interested to know. I'm going to Google and see the energy of this child. Oh. It's like that card came up because God do his best, and that's what he do, take care of babies and fools. Temperance right there. It's like God just doing his best to, you know, keep the child in a protection and balance. Look at that. It's like God is watching over him because look, 7 of Wands here, that's the live to see another fight, live to fight another day. Ain't that what she went through? I can't make the messages up. That's just so sad. It's like she a lost cause. So it's like God just watching over the baby right now because that poor fella just don't have. It's nothing. It's just so sad. The 7 of Swords, you know. She ain't doing what she need to do to take care of him. So it's like God just doing the best to watch over him right now. Look at that. It's a challenge. And look, he got challenges. Look at 3 sevens. And they all in reverse. And she not willing to be truthful, not even to herself when it comes to the problems that he's having and the setbacks, you know, the care that he needs. She's not willing to face the truth. And, you know, you got a special needs child that needs special needs. And this is avoidance of that. Both of these cards. And then you got the 7 of Coins. It's a spiritual card. Spiritual work. It's in reverse. This is spiritual work. Regression, stagnant, aimless, no work to the effort, lack of effort. Regression. That poor baby, y'all. And she want to try to pray and think she going to pray it away. Praying and praying and praying. You know, the Hierophant being here. It's not, you got some work to do. You got to take care of your child. But right now, you know, it's just Ola Damari. Thank you, God. Watching over the baby. Because, honey, she ain't in it. So sad. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hey, Mom. Hey. Yeah. Okay. I will. I don't know about Rico and Ryder. I was in the middle of recording, but I will. I'll just stop here and then I'll pause it because I'm pretty much at a stop anyway. And then I can come back and keep going, you know, because I want to ask about some others. Sorry, y'all. Hold on, okay? Hold on. So, sorry for the pause, y'all. I didn't mean to put y'all in it. I'm going to, let's pull some T cards on Chrisean, too. It's my my nephew's birthday, so when I pause this, after I pull these, we're gonna come back. We're gonna ask about BlueFACE. We're gonna ask about Nevaeh. We're gonna ask about and we'll even ask just what's the come for Chrisean, because we clearly see the current energy, and I hate to drag out, but I just be wanting to see, because I'm like, girl, you doing all this craziness, and you got this little beautiful little baby that needs your attention and your help, and he needs so much tender love and care, right? Right? Focus on everything but the right thing, you know? So we'll pull on that. We'll pull on those energies too, okay? We'll see what's to come for her mess and melee, but we're going to pull on BlueFACE when I come back, Nevaeh, and we'll even ask the question, because I know y'all also had a question too on the energy between her and BlueFACE. And I want to say that, I hate to say it, even in the cards that I just pulled for her, right? Was with that Ace of Cups there and different placements, I just didn't want to go all into it. But the energy is there for them to reconnect. I know it sounds crazy, but we'll ask too. But it's like so toxic that I'm just praying that we're going to ask about Nevaeh. That way we just hope that she can just hang in there. Because, honey, Chrisean needs to go back to Baltimore. Okay? Period. Let's see cards on her. Pisces sign. I'm asking a few of them, okay? And we're going to ask too. More for her. Yeah, let's ask, okay? Okay, we'll ask those. Let's get a few of these too. Y'all doing good. Thank y'all for riding with me. Because, child, this girl right here is all over the place, okay? But the messages are there and true. I asked for 3. Her fight, and y'all saw that fight too. It just showed that if she go ahead and leave and get on up out of there, things can kind of resolve for her in that energy. But if she sticks around, you can clearly see with the cards coming out, you can turn them back forward, because she gonna run into more, conflict, and this time it's not gonna be good. Okay. Let's be clear, okay? So we pull from that deck. We can just put all these in a pile, because these are just message or oracle cards. They're not in any wrong or right order. We just getting some messages on her in general. And I want to pull all the messy cards, because guess what? We got time. We finna find out and see. How about that? So let's see what we can get about her. And when we come back, I'm going to pull on BlueFACE, okay? So we'll pause on Chrisean right now. I'm going to go get that food, come right back. We're going to pull on BlueFACE. And when we pull on BlueFACE, then we'll ask about how he feel about Nevaeh. And, those questions that y'all had. And then we'll end it with, what's to come for him and them and him and Chrisean. We're going to ask all that. And then we'll ask in the end what's ahead for Chrisean. Just a little quick energy. Won't even drag that out, okay? So, Injustice Spirit. Oh, Chrisean. And this is her current energy, y'all. And, you know, some of the energy of what's ahead. We're going to still confirm. But let's, like I said, those are her messages, all right? Thank you, Spirit. We'll ask for a few more messages for Chrisean. Pisces, okay. A few more for her. Thank you, Spirit, okay? Extra messages for Chrisean. Extra messages, Spirit, for her. Okay. Alright, let's see what's up with her. Alright, so we'll start with the pal that we started with, and we'll go with that one. And then, like I said, we'll, you know, I'm gonna be back. We're gonna do BlueFACE. I'm gonna ask all the questions on him, who he dealing with, how he feels about them, how he feel about Chrisean, what's up, what happened with them, and then we'll ask, you know, the ending of what's ahead for her, okay? So we got fed up, over it, not having it, frustrated, which I could imagine with all that she had on with that fight and that energy. That was a mess. Turned. Remember I said that about Chrisean, and the Three of Cups came up twice in her messages, guys. Party animals, sex, drugs, and alcohol, indulging in circus pleasures, right? SOS, distress, act with urgency, assistance needed. I'm telling you, didn't I say that? That could have went totally different. She got to start making some better decisions, right? Or this going to be the outcome. You know, not thinking, flexing. Over here playing games with us. And did she say, well, a cat on her shoe or something? I'm gonna let y'all see that. Do y'all see that shit? I know y'all are laughing at the house, okay? Flexing, showing off, prideful and conceited, flashy and boastful. And she kept saying, it's the cat, something on her shoe. Remember, ain't that funny? Ain't that what the picture's showing? I can't make the messages up. Skirt, quick getaway, the runner escaping. Okay? Sort of kind of what she should have just went on and did yesterday. Even though she fought them, you know, victoriously, gallantly, whatever you want to say, it wasn't worth it, though. You know, look, vacation, romantic getaway, spending time together, enjoying one-on-one time. You know, we did see that Ace of Cups in there in her cards with that other one, that Empress energy. Like I said, it could be somebody new that we might see her playing with on the internet soon. She did have Page of Swords, and it was in reverse, okay? So even it ain't the news you want to hear, it's news coming up. And it clearly must be somebody she must gonna pop out with, because you got cuffing season here, single and ready to mingle, ready for a relationship, on the hunt, all right? So let's be on the lookout for that. The messages were in the cards, okay? Hookup, fling, friends with benefits, non-committal. So there's gonna be another playing more games. Y'all see that? All right, so that's one set of messages we got for Miss Chrisean. Now, let's pull this one from this one. This was the Lilith, the Yin and Yang Oracle. Let's see what we got. All right, so we got fake aid and beliefs. Didn't I say she better stop playing with God? I can't make the messages up. Stop playing. Detachment, cold. That's the energy when it's coming around you trying to take care of your child. You need to fix it. She got decisions to make. Do she not? We talking about it. She got confusion, Neptune. Didn't I say that? That's them rose-colored glasses and illusions on how she's seeing stuff. Blue, and trying to stay in LA. She got to get out of that energy. Can't make the messages up. Rejection, loss, fragmented. Let it go. He's rejecting her right now. He is. He's not giving her what she wants. And LA is rejecting her. She need to let it go and leave. I can't stress it enough. Remember, awakening. At some point, she will get an awakening, but it ain't happening right now. Not with Neptune. avoidance, stalemate. She avoiding the truth, avoiding the issues that got to do with that baby needing help, avoiding her real life situation where she need to go get a stable house for her and her baby, somewhere to live. She need to do better with her finances and her money. Look at all that there with that confusion. Then here it go, avoidance, stalemate, memories, nostalgia. That was that 6 of Cups coming up. Her keep dwelling on the past. You know, you got to move past that, baby girl. Freedom, leap, Uranus, opportunities. Opportunities will be here. But she got to go back home and get on stable playing field for all this to manifest, right? The messages, you can't make them up, can you, soul family? It's true. Y'all see that? Ain't that something? Wow. I like these little decks. I got a whole bunch of them. All right, so these going to be the last message cards on Chrisean. I'm going to close this one off, and we're going to come back, and we're going to read BlueFACE. We're going to ask all the questions with that, and then we're going to see what's to come for her, which is kind of we can see in the messages, even when we pull current energy. That's why I like to pull it. But I still want to do that for y'all. And y'all got time. That's why y'all here, and that's why I do what I do here, so we can get some answers and messages, right? All right, so let's do it. We got crossroads. Remember I said she playing games, but need to make the decision to go on now. Important choices, life-changing decisions. Choose wisely, Chrisean. Your next step matters. It does. Look at that. No filter. All on the internet playing games with your mouth. Disrespecting, playing games with street politics. You can't do that. Speaking your truth, authentic communication, raw honesty. This is how I really feel. I understand. But at some point, you got to learn what, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, baby girl. Toxic love. I think it's all safe to say we know what they got going on. Huh? And BlueFACE, it is completely toxic. Pain disguises passion, addictive patterns, harmful attachment. Can't live without. That's that 6 of Cups and that past. She going back to that energy, right? And then she want to play games with that poker face energy, hiding her true feelings, impossible to read, emotionally detached. You'll never know. We know. Because remember last week it was unalive and didn't want to see him here. This week you love him and you sorry. Then also I want to bring up that they said she brought blue roses to the party and they rejected her there. Rejection was in the messages too, right? Mirror, mirror, facing yourself and others, reflective relationships, self-awareness. What you see is you. Her and BlueFACE mirror each other. Don't y'all agree? Because he play the same stupid, silly rabbit games that she play on the internet. He just do it in a different way. Sugar-coated, sweet but deceptive words, empty compliments, hidden insults, too good to be true. Yeah. Throwing them hidden insults towards her and her back and forth. It's a mess. But at some point, ascension here, spiritual growth, higher awareness, next level consciousness, elevating myself. I hate to say this, but Chrisean, ascension can be one or two things now. This could be in a good way, or this could be in a not so good way. And I'm going to leave it at that and let that be the last card. You got a crossroads, you got some decisions to make. Because this ascension can either go one or two ways. Crossroads is here. And I'm going to let that be that. And pause, and we're going to get back to BlueFACE. I'm going to leave that for y'all. Need to make a wise decision with ascension. Ascension can go another way. All right? I love y'all. Let's take the pause, and I'll be back in a little bit, and we're going to get into Mr. BlueFACE, okay? And I'm going to make sure that I upload this today. And I done did a whole bunch of ones with the astrology first, guys. So remember that, because I did those so I can come right into the cards and get into it for y'all. I can construct it together for y'all so I can get y'all a whole bunch of readings out. So I'm going to get y'all a whole lot of celebrity readings. Look for them. And then you're going to see y'all personal ones come up. All right. So I love y'all. Be back in a hot second. You're going to see this video continue to move through smoothly. But just know I'm pausing now to eat. All right. And it's going to come right back in with BlueFACE. So it won't be any pauses. So you know. All right. See y'all second. Love y'all. Okay. So family, since the video extended long, because once I got into BlueFACE's messages, I looked at the time limit and I was like, dang. So I'm going to break this up into 2 parts, and I'm going to let the first part be Chrisean's part, and we're going to let the second part be BlueFACE part, okay? So I want to make sure that I come back and ask what's going to be the outcome of Chrisean, and what is her current mental health energy right now. Not that we diagnose anything, because everything here is allegedly, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only, okay? So I just wanted to do a quick, question about that really quick. Her mind state and how she's thinking. Because, I mean, child, it is just not, you can't be thinking right in how you moving, okay? So let's do a quick messages. Just kind of in the deck energy. And I had already listed the cards. Let me just do this real quick for y'all. And then, we'll, make sure you tune in for part 2. I'm going to upload both, but Chrisean's will be the first one that you see go up, okay? So... Okay, let's see. Let's get the current mental health. Then we're going to ask, what's ahead for her, because I just don't feel like it's safe the way she moving at all. But that's my personal opinion. We're going to ask the cards, okay? So this is just her mindset right now. Mindset, mental health. I mean, that poor fella is just, oh my God, I feel so sorry for that baby. God, it's just keep him in your people all of the martyrs. Watch your ancestors, please. Ain't that crazy, y'all? Y'all, you know what? Y'all gonna be like, Erica, get the hell out of here. Y'all want to see the card that flew out? And do y'all see the way the energy is happening? That's how you know this energy is just crazy and unstable. Y'all been riding with me for a minute. Those who've been riding with me. Look at what I said. I just got to show y'all, because y'all watched it fly out. There you go. Current energy is the fool. Do you hear me? A complete fool. Not operating in a stable mindset, y'all. Look at that. Top of the deck, bottom of the deck. The Magician and Temperance. Fighting for balance. That is wild. Oh my God. Not operating with a full deck is the true layout of this. This Temperance is upside down. The baby was in the upright. Remember? Imbalanced. It's imbalanced here in every way. She comes in wanting to do all these great things and having the willpower to do it, wanting to manifest it, calling it in, so-called, with her faith and religion, but it's unstable. A complete fool. So she not even operating in full mental capacity. Allegedly. Okay? Just wanted to find that out. Ain't that something, y'all? Came right out. Can't make it up. Let's ask what's ahead for this child, okay? And then we're going to close this one out. And we'll get into, which we already did BlueFACE, okay? So I'll upload his last, because like I said, the time extended out. So this is part 1. Clearing the deck. We're going to ask what's ahead for Chrisean, because I did say that we would ask, right? Oh, child. So we asking about now, just the top of the year. Like, let's just get that energy. Let's see. Chrisean. See. What's the head for this girl? Child. I didn't know this was gonna go on this long, so let's see what's the head for her. What is the head for this girl? Damn, it's crazy. What's the head for Chrisean Rock? Let me see it. Oh no. You know. What's your messages? Yeah. They'll write it out. So let's get these messages and we're gonna close her out, okay? I'll even ask for some of those cards. Whew. Look, that card came out already in her cards in the the first spread in the purple cards that I did. Okay. This child right here needs some real help. I wish he really had the right village, people, and team and just around her. It's really sad. It really, really is. Okay. So let's get into it. First card out is the King of Cups in reverse. You know, Chrisean can operate sometimes, not sometimes, but in a masculine energy. But in this instance, this represents immaturity, you know, and that is how she's operating. It's emotional immaturity, especially when you are a mother right now. And again, I'm not here to judge, so don't, come down, but I know y'all see, like I can see what's going on, and it is sad. It brings on an energy of just like, oh my God, this is a whole mess, And it just leaves us all sitting on pins and needles really praying for this little baby. It's just really, really innocent in it all, okay? And you don't ask to be here. But this is emotional immaturity, with the overly emotional energy, manipulative, moody. Her energy is just, I just asked, how's her mental state? And it's not balanced at all, okay? This is an energy too of, at times, she can come down to the internet because she can perform, a performer of sorts, right? But then can come down here to the internet and, like I said, appear to be this way. But this is about being emotionally closed off, not, providing what's needed, when it comes to the child, okay? This also can represent the energy of us going forward, seeing BlueFACE continue to pull back from her. Yeah, we saw that one little cup, and y'all got to make sure that y'all tune into his portion of the reading. But he has a lot of, resentment and just, when it comes to her, it's like disdain, because he's looking at how she moving and nothing about it, You know, he ain't nobody in a bag of nobody to judge not one person, okay? But we just talking about how he looking at the situation from the outside, you know? He just like, you know what? He just don't want no parts of that. It's like a drama and a circus. And it's like, why keep going back to that energy? But like I said, he still had that one little cup available, all right? This is her energy here. Can't make it up. She is a cups, you know, Pisces energy through and through. And this is the Queen of Cups in reverse. You know, codependency, irrational ways of thinking, you know, depression, okay, gullible, going to extreme and not thinking when she's moving, okay? But this is very much so imbalanced energy, and it goes hand in hand with how not only she handling things right now, but in her actions and how she moving, even in her thought process and her mental state, okay? This Eight of Wands energy is lack of focus when it's in reverse, okay? Energy blocks, delays. You know, Chrisean really has to take time to align and realign and really work on getting stable. This is instability in every way. And this is the energy of her closing out this year, y'all, going into the top of New Year 2 in the first half. Temperance is here again. This is mental imbalance on every level, okay? She coming down to Temperance is lack of perspective. I can't make the messages up. Self-indulgence, antagonizing people, playing on the internet with this, you know, street politics. This ain't what you want to do, baby girl. You need to stop taunting, okay? This is not operating in a mental capacity of somebody who, you know, cares, somebody who's being responsible, somebody who values their life and their child's life. And this Temperance upside down is also not a good energy. Not even from a spiritual perspective, okay? It's just not good. Three of Swords. You know, that's that heartbreak energy. In reverse, you know, again, imbalance in her thought process. She gonna continue to chase BlueFACE. We gonna see that. Because she want reconciliation so bad in this energy. You know, that's why she hanging around LA, because it ain't no reason for you to still be in that state. You need to leave there. It's all in your messages. And then you got the nerve to antagonize and play games. These people not going to play games with you. This is not a game. This is real life. This ain't, what you call that thing they playing? I don't know the new game systems. My children got them all in there. But this ain't what they doing, Chrisean. This is real life. She really feeling hopeful, like if she hang around, he gonna pay her some mind. But he don't have it for her right now. Winter solstice is here, finding the light within, timing, a year or more to tie up loose ends, validate feelings. This is about hibernate. This is about winter. We are in a winter season right now. She don't need to see another winter with this energy. She need to be working on this right now. And it's like, it's basically saying I don't even know if she got a year to grow. She young, but she got a lot in front of her that needs to be dealt with right now. A year is too long. But maybe a year, up to a year from now, we'll see her hopefully try to make some changes. Because right now, this ain't it with you and Blue. It's not here. And this what she want. That's why she hanging around LA. The sun in reverse. That's that baby. That baby needs so much help right now. That's what this represents. Right now, Chrisean need to count her blessings. That's what this card represents in reverse. But it also represents that baby. She has a son that needs so much attention. Okay? Again, we're not here to diagnose anything, but it's clear that he needs help. And it's in the messages. Top of the deck, bottom of the deck, right when we ask for extra energy, the 7 of Wands is here. And if you continue to stay in LA, you're going to be fighting for your life. Look at that Death card. Because you don't want to back down. This ain't the energy of haters going to hate and antagonizing people. No, baby girl. Not up against internal change. This is transformation. This is the Death card in the energy that you don't want to see it in. So let's really keep her in our prayers, because that's what I did not want to see. Keep playing these games, you win silly prizes. You can't do this over again. So she got to fix it. The messages are here. 7 of Swords. Now, nothing is never what it seems when you see the cheat card. False pretenses. Keep playing games with your faith and playing games with your religion. This is about betrayal. You know? Lying. Just not, you know, false pretense energy. And she need to watch that energy of some things being taken away from her. 2 of Wands. Trying to take these shortcuts on the plans, charting the course, but not doing it the right way. You playing games, mind games. It's all about manipulation. You coming up like you have visualization and you want to move forward and, you know, for opportunities and make decisions. She was on there with Ryan Garcia tonight on the live stream. You know, trying to, don't convince us. You need to convince yourself. Because the false pretense and energy is here. You can see it. You can't make the messages up. And look at the focal point. The moon. Blocked intuition. More messages coming out. More news coming out. So the cycle and the circus is going to continue. But the moon also represents deception. Instability. Blocked intuition. Uncertainty. Anxiety. Illusion. Seeing things through the rose-colored glasses that we saw in her messages. Child. Chrisean she need to tighten up, and she need to tighten up ASAP. I'm gonna close out with a couple of these cards. I'm gonna just pull 3 because these messages have went on long. Because I mean, I guess the circus is just a continuing soap opera for them, right? But I really pray that she really get a enlightenment or a reality check, and quick, for the better. For that baby, first and foremost, but for herself and her life, because she taking things lightly, and these people ain't playing with you. That was a part of the question. It's in the messages right there, right? Close her out, all right? Thank y'all for riding with me. I always try to do what I can to get them messages, okay? Just gonna do a 3. Y'all hear my baby, my puppy in there playing with his little toys. Bought him a little ketchup box. He in there playing with it. Ain't that funny? Look at that little puppy. Okay, so this is her energy update, you know, closing her out for this year. We got a lot more readings ahead, too. I did the astrology part of them, y'all, so I'm just going to have to come back. I didn't know this was going to carry on this long, so definitely you'll see me come back, even if I got on a different outfit to do the cards part. I'm not going to change the current transit because it's just between, you know, today and early this morning. I'm in the wee hours. It's 2, 3 a.m., but y'all be up and rocking with me, okay? All right? I pray this what this child doing. I pray it. Look, I ain't even need to go over that. That was on the bottom before we even flipped it. You know? Let's get that energy ASAP, okay? Let's get some extra messages for her. Any extra messages out of these messages for Chrisean? Right, Chrisean. Pisces. Let's get any extra messages, and we're gonna get out of here. We'll take it, okay? Child. Look at that. That's something else, ain't it? Let it go. She need to let it go. Y'all see that? Releasing grudges, emotional freedom, forgiving yourself and others. Free your heart. Get up out of there and go on back to Baltimore and do it quickly, okay? Shadow work. Shadow work. Facing hidden fears, exploring darker emotions, accepting imperfections, and meet your darker self. Playing games with that faith and that religion. You need to go somewhere, sit down, and really, really work on yourself and your mental health, allegedly. Two-Face, you see how she be playing them games? She all about God today and Bibles and all that, and then the next minute, she playing games and flipping tables and all that. Says one thing, does another. Betrayal behind kindness, pretends loyalty, trust carefully. And you saw the deception card come up in her messages, right? She playing games, playing like she unbothered, peace despite chaos, calm attitude, detachment from negativity, not my drama, so she say. Situationship and situational single, temporary loneliness, choosing solitude, waiting for better, not settling, so she say. Broken promises, disappointing expectations, failed commitments, lost trust, words meant nothing, okay? She, in her mind, she wants to go for this. A glow up, self-improvement, finding your confidence, personal transformation, better than ever. I'm praying that that's the road you take. Soul contracts, time for that to be cut off. Cords need to be cut. Y'all see that? Faded connections, karmic relationships, spiritual agreements, destined to meet. You know, she did have the messages of meeting someone new. But even in the energy of BlueFACE, this is just the energy of that coming up, you know, also solidifying that this is a karmic, you know, soul contract relationship, okay? It's a karmic relationship. Me versus me. Didn't I say she her biggest enemy? And she got to get out of her own way. Y'all see that? Self-competition, personal growth, becoming better than yesterday. My only competition. She her own problem. Can't make the messages up, right? She really need to work on that. Breaking cycles, ending harmful patterns, freedom from repetition, new beginnings. It stops with me. She got to make that up in her mind. She got to make some changes. She got to make them stat and fast, okay? She has this mindset, but she need to have it on all the right pretenses and not false pretenses. And that's unbreakable energy, okay? That's how she was able to navigate through those girls. But you need to use this for the better good of yourself and that baby. Inner toughness, enduring hardship, strength through adversity. Nothing can break me. Secret admirer, okay? Secret admirer 2, hidden affection, anonymous notes, unknown interest, someone's watching. This her stalking BlueFACE, ain't it? Child. So that is the energy of Miss Chrisean Rock, or aka, you know, Chrisean Malone. And we just gonna, y'all make sure y'all keep on your prayers, because the soap opera, the drama, and the circus does continue. So let's pray that she makes some changes for the better and make them fast and stat for her and that child. All right, I love y'all. Make sure y'all tune in to part 2 for BlueFACE. I just wanted to make do since we've been here long enough and ask all the right questions while we doing the energy update. Okay, so love y'all. See y'all soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, so family. See you guys soon. Next one. Thanks for watching the Calming Corner Show. Peace and love, soul family. And I'll see you guys in the next one.